Clutch. This is the flywheel side. Doesn't look that bad. This is the intermediate disc side. It doesn't look that good. There's another. Not so good. That was just spinning in there. The whole surface is free in there. And then the other side. Same thing with big chunks of it breaking off. You probably can't hear me on the camera because I got my mask on. Yeah, look at that. Wow. That's from that. That's what wore it, is that broken one. And then that's what, because there's no pressure there, is what let that not be as tight as it should have been. So this is like always having the clutch in, is my guess. I don't know. I've never seen one off like that.
What's the piece that's missing in there?
So the pilot bearing is completely seized on here. We cannot get it to spin at all, which we've ordered a new one, but it's bad. You can actually see it looks like it's kind of blued a little in there from heat because it's been seized. So we're going to knock that out. We'll take the flywheel surface off, which comes off from these bolts here, and we'll get to a machine shop here to get it turned. Spin this around for me, please, sir. A little bit of heat checking, but they're not bad like that other one that I saw recently. Excellent. There you go. You moved it a little bit. You're using a sledgehammer. There you go. Okay, grab my 1/2 inch impact and let's take these out. Yeah, so like this one and this one leave a little bit loose, but the rest of them take out. Too much junk on there. Put your dust mask on, sir. That is most likely asbestos. Let me go grab some. So just loosen those two a little bit, but don't take them all out. Whoa, where'd I go? Just a few turns. Okay, so now I can get all these washers out of here. Stand it up on end. Easier said than done, right? Must have had glue on the bottom side, right? Okay, go ahead and take those two bolts out now. So we were going to take this flywheel in to get it resurfaced. We did find a local shop that'll do it, but the surface. But once we took it out, there's already 2 shims under it, and you can see how heat blued they are already.
Here's Justin cleaning his flywheel all up. All new parts going on today. A big, nice pretty pile of parts here. The twin disc clutch, new friction surface for the flywheel, Everything's new.
So far, what are you about a grand in the parts?
About that? Yeah, what's the core charts again?
Yeah. He's just torqued on his new friction surface there. Now he's going to install the pilot bearing. Are you flat against it? So we'll use that. Spin. Unlike the old one. We're doing peanut butter. Don't go too tight with it because we're going to torque them still. One very important thing is don't forget to remove these bolts that they put in on here that holds the plate back from the spring. Alright, we're marrying the two back together here. So we've got it on the jack, and we've got about the right angle. We might have to play with it just a little bit. We got to come up just a hair. And we're just going to slide it on in. He's just finishing up the last few things, and he's a dirty boy today. Looks like a coal miner. Back leans and then indents itself into the wood. That's fine. All right, so we just got to put back together, and it's not working. When we step on the clutch, it doesn't release the clutch all the way. We do have the clutch properly adjusted, so we don't really know what it is. Everything's new on the inside, and if you put it in gear and push the clutch all the way to the floor and try to start it, it lurches forward. So the clutch is still engaged. So it's good that the clutch isn't slipping. That's what the problem was before, is the clutch was slipping on it. But we've got it, I mean, it's exactly adjusted. We did, finger heights were set. The throwout bearing is just right at the fingers. We have there's just the right amount of free play. There might be a problem with the linkages absorbing some play in each and every linkage, so it's not pushing the pedal, you know, depressing the fingers as far as possible. We're just still trying to figure it out. We're going through the book, but there's a good chance we'll be pulling the transmission back out tomorrow. So we pulled it back out. This clutch disc here has like a higher platform raise here than the old one had, so we had it in the correct way, but the transmission, the bearing cover, the sleeve that goes over the input shaft, was rubbing up against these things, are sandwiched together on there, and you can see it kind of heat welded itself, so that was not allowing the clutch to release. So we got a hold of the clutch shop to see if they got another disc that's shorter, or we can see about maybe just cutting off a 1/4 inch of that on there. We went back to pictures of the old one, and it doesn't have this raised area. It's like the other one where it's just a little bit. It's more than that, but not even a quarter of an inch, I think, on the old one. So here they are side by side. This was the bad one that we used, where it was too long. This is the new one 2 days later here that showed up, so it's much shorter in height here than what this one is. And they sent both discs. So that was the original one from the flywheel side. And this will be the new one here. So we'll be good to go. Let's get this shit done, huh? Second time's the charm. Not forget to take these out. It's 3 bolts that hold it down. Okay. Take number 2. Clutch is in, transmission's in, everything's ready to go. We just started it up, put the clutch in, put it into gear. It went into gear fine. We wouldn't do that before. And then we let out on the clutch slowly with it in gear, and it started to kill the engine. So we got waiting for the air to build up now. We're going to release the brakes and then we're going to move it. Everything should be good. Push the clutch in. Put it in first. Let out on the clutch. You should be able to just let out on the clutch and roll a little bit. Yep. Okay, push the clutch back in. Go ahead and stop. It's fine. Hit the parking brake. You're good. There you go, sir. You have a working transmission again. You got to fix that before you even try to drive it.
Before I move.
And get a better seat. Thumbs up?
Yeah.